Good afternoon, you unsavory degenerates. I'm coming to you from the eastern shore of the island of New Caledonia in the South Pacific, roughly 500 miles off the east coast of Australia. Now, I figure since the United States is currently a swirling, highly polarized cultural toilet, it would be as good of a time as any to get out and take a little trip. So, my dad is either the CEO of the Sloan Urinal Company, located on Manheim Road in beautiful Schiller Park, Illinois, or I found a very nice anonymous donor in the United Kingdom who was willing to give me the 1,500 large that the airfare required to get my ass out here and back. So anyway, you might be asking yourself, now why the shit did he come to this little New Cala this little island, and what's he doing out there? Well, to answer that would require a number of different approaches. So let's start with the evolutionary approach first. New Caledonia, unlike most of the islands in the Pacific Ocean, is actually a fragment of a continent. That is, the basement rocks are continental. It's a small fragment about 30 miles wide by 245 miles long with a northwest to southeast trend, and it basically broke off from the ancient continent Gondwana 80 million years ago, along with New Zealand, and such has preserved many of the plant life, the plant forms that were alive at that time in Earth's history, the late Cretaceous. Before the dinosaurs went extinct, before they got knocked out by that big comet, that giant rock that slammed into the Yucatan down by Mexico, you know, by Chiapas and what the shit. And that theory's been tested. Some people said that this island was submerged in the ocean during the Eocene. I don't know how much truth there is behind that. You know, you can't really go back to the Eocene. You could just rely on what the rocks tell you. So, you know, biogeographically, evolutionarily, and also judging from this highly oxidized ultramafic soil, geologically, it's a very interesting place. I mean, there are lineages of plants here that exist nowhere else on Earth. It's thought that the oldest living angiosperm, well, a member of the oldest lineage of angiosperm is present here, that being Amberella trichopoda. You also have a variety of tropical conifers, as well as other interesting plants like the Stenocarpus, which you could tell by those flowers, is a member of the Proteaceae. So, you know, I'm going to walk around, maybe showing you some stuff. It's a pretty odd place. It is expensive as hell. A can of beans costs you roughly $3. You know, culturally, it's kind of, it's got the fancy French thing going on. Never been much of a fan for that. They also have an indigenous population that got fucked and persecuted, and they're pretty salty about that. Can't say I blame them. So, you know, there's cultural ills aside. You know, it can be kind of problematic, but I'm not here for the culture. I'm here for the plants. So let's take a little jaunt and show you what this shit's going on, huh? Oh yeah, look at that ultramafic escarpment. Look at that exposure. Very unstable, metamorphosed. You know, highly rich in nickel and iron, okay, and a little bit of magnesium too if it hasn't been weathered out. But this is kind of red, so the magnesium might have been weathered out a little bit. You know, don't you love serpentine and ultramafics? This is also the state rock of California. Anyway, here we go. Odontosauria, a really lovely little fern. I've only seen one other species in this genus, and that was in a cloud forest in Mexico. It's pretty lacy. It's pretty lacy and delicate, huh? Doesn't it make you feel a little soft inside? No, not really. Me neither, but at least I can pretend, all right? You know, I can't really get rid of that crusty exterior too much, but I can pretend, you know? Anyway, look at this guy down here. You got to check this guy. This guy's another member of the blueberry family. Extremely, if I can get down here without breaking my ass. Fucking arm just came out the sling a week and a half ago. Anyway, this guy is in the blueberry family too. Also very leathery. Got some lovely coloration on him. Real weird fuck, you know? Real beautiful weird fuck. Okay? The weirdos always tend to be the more interesting ones. Another member of the Ericaceae, formerly Epacridaceae. Look at those flowers. There you go. You see it in the flowers a little bit now? You see how it looks somewhat ericaceous? But look at that bud of foliage about to come on. That doesn't look, it looks more like a goddamn conifer. Huh? Anyway, this is Cythopsis. I believe it's albicans. Yeah, it's albicans. Cythopsis albicans. Again, just loving the ultramafic exposure. Turn that, speaking of exposure, you got to turn that exposure. You can't see those. Can't see that white too much. Oh, look, he's got a fruit on him. Little berries. You like berries? Just a fucking really weird, just a really weird fucking plant. Really beautiful. Very calming and soothing. Is this what the hippies are talking about when they talk about putting on a soothing balm or some shit? You know? As opposed to one that burns. I'm normally used to burning bombs. I'm normally used to burning and irritating feelings. Both figurative and literal. But I tell you what, when I look at this, okay, I feel pretty good. That floral structure is just incredible. Little tubular, 5-fused petals. You know, all those flowers just compacted. And again, somehow distantly related to blueberries and manzanitas and rhododendrons. With the Pteridium esculentum just coming up right there. Real leathery. Real leathery. One of the Myrtaceae. One of the Myrtaceous guys. And again, there's another member of the blueberry family right there, that Dracophyllum. What the fuck is going on in New Caledonia? You know? Captain James Cook, when you named it New Caledonia, were you just suffering from the effects of late syphilis? Because this doesn't look like Caledonia at all. Scotland, you know, it doesn't look like Scotland at all. It looks like an ultramafic island of evolutionary wonders in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. If Scotland looks like this, sign me up. I'll go to Scotland, you know. What do they do over there? They eat that canned goat, whatever the fuck. I'll do that too. I don't care. What am I talking about? Let's go. Come on. Another common fern you get is this Pteridium esculentum. You get this all over the South Pacific. I've seen these guys in Australia. Look, is this that Stenocarpus or a Grevillea? This guy's pretty interesting. Cassitha. It's a parasite. This stringy bastard. It's a parasite. Looks like our native North American daughter, that Cuscuta, but it's not. It's actually in the laurel family. Doesn't really look like it, but you know. I guess if you could see the fruits, it is. Anyway, there you go, Cassitha. Obviously, it's got these hostorial roots that come out of that silly string-looking stem, and just tap right into whatever plant that seems to be fancying. Again, that Stenocarpus. With really leathery leaves, you know? Leathery. You get slapped around with those. Look at this, that delicate, wispy, leathery bastard. Now, you know, you get some Protea from that leathery foliage, you'd be right. And then, of course, you get up there and you look at that flower. It's a Grevillea species. Remember the Proteas do the pollen presentation thing. See all those little curved things coming up there? Those are pollen presenters, you know? So the tepals, it's got 4 fused tepals, and on each one of those tepals, you got a little anther at the end with some pollen on it, and the pollen presenter comes out of there, swabs some of the pollen off, presents the pollen for a couple of days, and then later goes into the female receptive stage, and you get a little stigmatic disc. You know, actually, I don't know if it's a disc. No, it does look like a disc on those. Huh? There you go. It's full frontal. This is banned in 40 countries. I couldn't show you this. Look at how nasty it is. It's actually pretty lovely, but you know what I mean. And again, look at the abaxial surfaces of those leaves with the white wax. You know, which reminds me, I gotta go get myself a wax when I get back. Don't want the neighbors calling the cops on me. Look at it. Anyway, there you go. Grevillea. Wonderful Grevillea. There's quite a few Grevilleas over here, you know, which I only became familiar with in West Australia when I was over there. But, you know, being a Gondwanan affiliate, the Proteas, of course, are on a lot of various different places in the Southern Hemisphere. You know, you got them in South America, up there in New Guinea, you got Australia, and then, of course, New Caledonia. That's a stunner. Look at it. It almost looks like a pine. Look at it. You know, New Caledonia produces about 1/4 of the world's nickel. Huh? I didn't. I didn't until I read it. Actually, maybe I read it a couple years ago because I've been lurking this place hard for a while. Anyway, here's the flowers on that artist formerly known as Epacrodaceae, now in the Ericaceae. This is Dracophyllum. You know, you see those little star-shaped flowers, 5 fused petals. You know, but it'd be nice to just dissect them and get in there and see what those stamens and pistils look like, you know. Check out see what the anthers, filaments, see what's going on morphologically. It's always nice to dissect flowers. You got to carry a hand lens around with you, you know. Get up close, look at the full frontal. There's the I guess these are almost fruits a little bit. But anyway, the important thing to note, of course, is just how leathery, tough, and spiny that foliage is. And again, saw many other genera in this same family with a similar flower structure in Australia. Andersonia was one of them. Quite a few others. You'll have to go back and lurk on those Western Australia videos I put out to really get a feel for it. But anyway, there you go. Rather large Dracophyllum. You know, just hanging out on the harsh ultramafics and the eastern coast of New Caledonia. All right, okay, one more. Now this genus I like because it sounds like the Italian word skivus, which was something that my father used to always refer to us as. It's kind of like a fuck off, you know, not quite a jadrule, a little bit more ambition than a jadrule, but close. Anyway, this is Scavola. Looks like Montana. Gondwanaceae is the family. Asterales is the order. Same family as the lobelias, you know, the Campanulaceae, and the of course sunflowers, Asteraceae. Now, just like many in the Campanulaceae, a lot of genera in a Gondwanaceae do secondary pollen presentation as well. You kind of got to get up close to look at that. See that little looks like a little squeegee coming up off the top of that fan flower right there, that 5-lobed fan flower. Another trademark of the Gondwanaceae. That thing's called the indusium. Basically, you got a stigma that pops out of there, presents the pollen, and then of course later goes into the female receptive stage, you know. But pretty interesting flower morphology. You can go down a wormhole with Gondwanaceae. Scavolas everywhere. Just saw Celeira radicans. I think it was radicans in Chile. Only genus in Chile is that's Celeira, of course. But you know, primarily southern hemisphere. I think you get a couple of those Scavolas up there in Hawaii. I don't know. You have to just, either way, that's the point. Look at it. Pretty, and again, all the things here, a lot of things here have that same general morphology. Just a stack and then a couple leaves at the top. I don't know why they do that. You know, it's pretty weird, but it's pretty convergent among a lot of these plants. At least growing on what you call the maquis, the harsh ultramafic soil. Okay, now standing further in a bush, we have what appears to be a hemiparasite, probably a member of the Santalaceae. Look at those fruits. Looks like a little bird dispersed aril. You know, and sometimes it just, you know, a plant just has a motif about it, just a feeling, you know. It's kind of like people, but more pleasant. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Santalaceae. It is one of the hemiparasites. So it's a parasite that can photosynthesize on its own, but is also stealing from a nearby tree. Probably this, whatever this is, because as you can see, it's like coming right up. Don't be too conspicuous, you know. Don't give it away too much that you're borrowing a little bit without asking. Anyway, what's this? Oh, it looks like this might be a Herbertia. It's parasitizing a Herbertia. Is that right? Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Look, it's so leathery. Real leathery. But look at those, what's going on those margins? Little leaves right there. You know, but of course, and look at that wood too. Yeah, Santalaceae. You know, of course, if I'm wrong, you have permission to kick me in the balls 10 times over and laugh while I lay on the floor crying. It's pretty remarkable. It's so leathery. And I didn't even realize I'm standing beneath the Nepenthes, the pitcher plant. You know, not looking too hot because it's a little, I guess it was a little dry recently. But there you go. See? How about that? Nepenthes villardiae. You know, which is one of the Nepenthes. I don't know how many of them can tolerate ultramafic rocks, but apparently this one can. We saw a bunch yesterday. There's a little pitcher. You know, and of course, if they've been getting more moisture lately, this would be more robust and much larger. But I guess it's been kind of dry. And then, of course, you got this parasite again, the cassita, just kind of messing it all up, you know. But anyway, look at that. No fruits on these. When the fruits come out, they're a little capsule. But there's the old flowering spike. How about that? Okay, there you go. You could see those nice historial roots coming off this string cheese looking, or a silly string, excuse me, parasite. Of course, Cassita being Lauraceae, the laurel family. Anyway, you could really see it's tapped in to this goddamn reed looking thing. Holy shit. Anyway, here's this Skyzea, a really weird type of fern just popping out. We're moving, and we're putting the botanist pace to shame. I mean, we're talking, you know, 5 feet every 20 minutes. There's just so much good shit out here. Anyway, look at the venation. Look at the venation on that guy. Again, just coming out the ground. Probably a very mycorrhizal as well. So if you've been watching the videos for any sustained amount of time, you've probably heard me rant about ultramafic soil. Ultramafic soil, of course, being rich in magnesium and iron. That's where the word mafic comes from, Fe being the chemical symbol for iron. Slapped onto the side of a continent by a subduction zone. So a subducting plate is subducting oceanic plates going beneath a continental plate. And as it does so, it just scrapes off a little terrain of that oceanic crust, maybe cooks it a little bit, you know, metamorphoses it a little bit, and puts it on a continent, and that's where you get many of these ultramafic rocks, which again are very rare on the surface of the earth, but you do get them. You get a lot in California, you get some in Cuba. I believe you got a little, some very old stuff in Pennsylvania and Texas. Of course, it's probably been turned into a Walmart down there. But anyway, here on New Caledonia, you have quite a lot of that ultramafic rock. Nickel, the metal, the element nickel is also a large component of those ultramafic rocks, and that's why you have such extensive nickel mines here in New Caledonia. As you can see across the way over there, you know, nickel mines just scar the land everywhere here. Anyway, without getting too dark, let's just let's focus on some of the plants. Again, you can look at that rock. I mean, it is just, it's like an iron-rich clay. It just crumbles, you know, with little pieces of rock in it. Oh yeah, that's very heavy. It does feel very iron-rich. So anyway, going back to this over here, got a very nice Dracophyllum, Ericaceae, if you can believe that. You know, just kind of, it looks like some kind of weird monocot. But again, blueberry family, there's those flower spikes. And here's the bark. You can see it's just got little leftover bits, leftover leaf bases. Just a weird plant. There's Pteridium. So again, with the ultramafic rock, it is toxic to most plants. Everything here has evolved to tolerate it, but many of the invasive weeds that blanket the lowlands on the west side of the island, where most of the human population is, have not, they can't colonize this stuff. It's too harsh for them, you know. So thus you get almost an entire, there's that goddamn parasite again. You get a whole, just basically a whole plant community of natives, you know, because none of the non-natives can compete. And again, everything here, you can see it's rather sparse growth too. Very sun exposed, very low growing, not a lot of nutrients, not a lot of stuff to work with if you're a plant. You know, you can't get too big because you don't have that much. You know, low in calcium, low in nitrogen, high in nickel, magnesium, iron. It's very limiting, you know, kind of like growing up in the suburbs versus growing up in the hood. Well, actually not versus, they're both kind of limiting. Growing up in the suburbs is pretty bleak too. It's just a different kind of bleak. Anyway, holy shit. Okay, so here we go, some real nice New Caledonian serpentine barrens. This is a plant called Gymnostoma. It's actually in the order Fagales, same order as oaks, related to Cassarina and the Cassarinaceae. But again, same order as oaks. A real odd fucking plant right there. You can see those ferric oxides are just, you know, that's where you get the color red. And looking out, you could just see, I mean, this is not the result of mining. This is all, the soil is just so fucked up that many of these plants, I mean, you know, look at how spaced out they are. I mean, there's not a lot here to work with for a photosynthetic organism, you know, fixing carbon out the atmosphere. You don't got that many nutrients. Very tough. That's why everything's growing pygmy, growing kind of short. And if you look out there, just very barren. You know, it looks like maybe someone was strip mining some bullshit out there you know, for like this fancy piece of technology I'm recording on, but not the case. That was not the case. There was no mining right in this vicinity. It's just serpentine barrens. It's just really harsh soil. You see the same thing in many parts of California. I've seen the same thing on the Baja California Sur. One of the peninsulas out there. I'm not going to even tell you where it is. I want you going out there. But it's a real nice area, a nice serpentine area where all that the ultramafic rock was slapped onto the side of Baja California via a subduction zone. Anyway, here we are, of course, in the South Pacific, 500 miles east of the Australian continent. We got the same thing going on. You know, just total convergence. Plants here adapted to it, growing pygmy, got that kind of candelabra shape, and just very, you know, wide spaces in between the growth. You know, it's not clustered, it's not dense, it's very sparse. Anyway, there you go. Look at that. Looking west towards Mount Humboldt. And these goddamn Cyperaceae are everywhere. See that? It feels like a plastic grass, you know? Feels like something like the Better Homes and Gardens show, you know? Where good old Martha goes, you know? Doesn't let you know she's got a cocaine addiction and she's going to kill Susie because she's got a better lawn and floral display on her. Anyway, there you go. There's the little flowering spike. You know, this type of shit could almost make me get into graminoids, you know? It could. It could. A lot of good shit. You get this species right here, and then you get this one too. And this guy's a little fuzzy. You see that? See, you got the indumentum on there? Fuzzy, like an ass wipe. Except those edges are pretty sharp. Wouldn't want to put that on my ass. You know? But this guy gets a spike too. I can't find one right now. But he does. He gets a spike. I seen him with a spike. You know? Oh yeah, okay. See, there you go. There's the spike. See that? And these things, again, this is not a conifer. This is in the same order as oak trees in the family Cassaraceae. And I was not eating flaming hot Cheetos. That's just from climbing on the ground. That red color in my hands, you know. But I do like flaming hot Cheetos. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm not one of these pretentious bastards. I'm not fucking pushing a keto diet. Eat flaming hot Cheetos if you want. You know, you just gotta, you know, flagellate yourself and go on a 7-mile run later. Anyway, there's those little fruits. You can see they open up the husk, let out a little winged seed. Again, Gymnosperma deplantianum. After some guy named Deplanche, some French guy. Nice candelabra shape. Also notice how easily, you know, where the former branches break off. Like a little ball and socket. If a branch is dead, it's kind of weak. It just abscisses right there. You know, breaks off and blows off. But look at these. Photosynthetic stems, rudimentary, maybe you got some rudimentary leaves in there. Gymnosperma is fucking wonderful. They do get a lot bigger than this. If you take them off this harsh soil, they're not even growing pygmy anymore. They actually, you know, end up looking more like a tree, getting more of a form. Though I do like the candelabra shape, you know. You got any Jewish friends, you know? You go over there like the menorah, kind of looks like that. You know, you go like the menorah, you know, maybe, you know, say you got a fucked up family, you're raised Catholic, you don't hang out with your family that much on Christmas, but you got some Jew friends. You guys go out to eat the Chinese dinner together on Christmas, you know? You ever do that? And that's what it looks like. It looks like the menorah. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm kind of going somewhere. Anyway, there's the Dracophyllum again. Tons of good shit going on, you know? Just a really fucking a ship of evolutionary wonder floating in the South Pacific that somebody wants to believe. You know, I read papers, it's a whole other thing. Well, I want you to believe this whole island was submerged in the Eocene, and that basically everything that exists here, all these ancient lineages, recolonized it. I don't buy that. We'll hear more about that again later. Anyway, oh, look at that. This is a Grevillea with those leathery leaves, another Protea. Okay, you know, I'm kind of losing focus here. I'm going to wrap it up, you know, but let's see what we talk about. Jewish Christmas, the Chinese restaurants, Martha trying to kill Susie at the flower show. Okay, I knocked everything out. All right, we'll check in further down the road. We'll see what we got going on. All right. Oh, look at you. Are you a hermit crab? Do you know I had a hermit crab named Harry Carey when I was a kid, and he bit me because I kept messing with him? You seem pretty nice. Okay, I'm going to put you back, okay? Come on. You can come out. Don't be shy like that. I'm not gonna mess with you. I just want to see let me see your face. Come on. Huh? No? You need a shave. Look at all, you got so many hairs, you need a shave. Yeah, that did it. See? I see. Yeah, you're a little curious now, huh? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, shit, okay. Okay, now here I is, you know, I'm out on the ocean, and you see, I think this is plankton. I don't think it's a species of Cassarina, same family as that Gymnostoma. And I should mention too that all the Cassarinaceae, everything in this family is symbiotic with actinomycete bacteria in the ground. You know, especially in the genus Frankia. Okay, everywhere, all of them are symbiotic. That's how they synthesize nitrogen out the ground. You know, remember, they're adapted to these nutrient-poor soils, especially on the continent of Australia, but as well as here on Neo Caledonia. Nouveau Caledonia, whatever, however the fuck you say that. Anyway, you can see there's little fruits. Again, family is Cassarinaceae, order is Fagales, same order as oaks. Now, I don't know which one. I think this is Glauca. I think it's Cassarina Glauca. I don't know. Either way, pretty interesting. I think they're just planted here. But let's go take a look, see what else we got going on. Okay, so we're sleeping on a beach. You know, we paid some Kanak granny to sleep on our land, you know. Just roll out on the sand. Now, Kanaks are the indigenous people here. And, you know, they get kind of screwed by the French. You know, the whole colonizer thing. It's been kind of a bummer wherever it occurs. But that aside, let's look at this species of Scavola. Yet another Scavola. This one with these really large rubbery leaves. And, of course, there's that fan flower. Gondwanaceae is the family. Got that indusium, that little squeegee scraper coming up. Okay, Asterales is the order, same order as sunflowers. Doing a secondary, you know, doing a whole secondary pollen presentation thing. And there's the fruits. And I just thought we seen a little gecko hanging out on here. You know, I was hoping we'd see some banded sea crates, which are, of course, a highly venomous but very docile member of the cobra family that like to swim in the ocean. In fact, they're sea snakes basically. But all we seen was hermit crabs. You know, my buddy told me he was handling them last time. You know, and I said, you know, you're fucking out of your mind. You're handling a snake that if it bites you, you got like an hour to live. You know, but he's a real gentle guy. You know, real good-natured, soft-spoken man. And I guess the snakes are the same way. You know, so he just kind of hung out with them for a while, and I got close, and they, you know, next thing you know, he's just stroking its head, and you know, they're best friends and whatever the shit. You know, and I guess they're very common, but I don't know if I would get that close. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. We'll see you tomorrow. They don't got any taquerias, but they got Sac Pain. You know, $100. No, actually $1. Just $1. You get someone beat you with those, toss you around, slap you around, and beat you with those. They put the bag over your head, you know, stomp on you. I'd do that. I mean, you know, I'm into that.